Welcome to FORECAST², the cloud-hosted, AI-driven platform for all your business forecasting requirements. Simply enter your credentials to log into FORECAST². First-time users need to accept the end-user license agreement to access the modules. Inventory for optimal order plans based on forecast. Admin portal for self-service. Let's start with forecast. The navigation is simplified to 3 workflows. You can find the icons to the left. Visit Data Manager to upload and view data. Choose the file prepared in the prescribed format and upload to FORECAST² by browsing through the folders, or by drag and drop. Once all validations are passed, the file will be ready for your confirmation. Click Refresh button from the top left to see if the dataset is ready. All your datasets will be listed here from most recent to oldest as you upload. Select the file to view data. You can scroll to view all data fields and more historical data records along the timeline. With the options available on the top right, filter data, export data as you view, filtered or not, and upload new data records for the same dataset. Now that the data are ready, you can proceed to the next phase. Visit Model Building and Forecasting Workflow to start generating results. Click on the dataset to proceed. You will see all products and their sublevels at which forecasts are required. Click to expand at product level so as to view all possible individual forecasting models. The structure of the page allows you to easily control model settings for all items from global level. For instance, you may configure predictors as required from advanced options. You may exclude predictors and set directions if you know the direction of the impact. But if you are not sure, keep it neutral, in the middle, so the system will pick it up based on the historical patterns. Once done, click Set to save the configurations. The changes done at global level gets applied to subsequent levels. You may view and change advanced options at product level and at individual model levels as required. Note that configuring advanced settings is an optional step. You can always click on Train to start building all models in one go. All data have now been successfully passed to the algorithm. While the building is in process, users will not be allowed to work on those. The algorithm will be custom building hundreds of models, for each individual level, based on historical data and the configurations you may have set. Refresh the page to check which forecasting models are already built. The in-progress animation will stop once algorithm training is finished at individual forecasting level. This is already built. Refresh again after a while to see if all models are built. Once the models are built, you can click on the eye icon to view their training accuracy, model type and other details. Next step is to set the expected behaviors for the predictors. Go to global level to set them at once. Select the predictors and set them to the most probable behavior from the options. The options for Boolean variables will be limited. The hazard icon warns of missing settings. Once you are done, you can see the hazard icon go away not just from the predictors, but from all forecasting models. The same can be set at subsequent levels if the behaviors vary from product to product, across the forecasting levels. One quick save and you are ready for the last step, getting the forecasts. By default, all that are ready to generate forecasts will stay selected. Like before, you may generate by selecting at individual model level, or at product level as based on your preference. Click on Forecast to generate the results. Once the request is successfully submitted, forecasts will get generated from each individual custom-built model. Once again, refresh the page to get the update on forecasts. Unlike model building, forecasts get generated pretty fast. Refresh after a while and you will have all the results. In the same panel, you will see the date indicating the starting point for the forecasts generated. This is the next time point from your last data point uploaded. Click on the eye icon to view the forecasts in graphical format. You may expand the window to get a better view. To the left of the window, you can check the model details. The predictors will indicate how it was set for the forecasting time period to generate the forecast. You can simply hover the cursor over the graph line to get a look at the numbers. Now that models and forecasts have been generated for all products, you can proceed to the next phase. View and What If is where you can observe your forecasts and do more with them. Select dataset like before from the list. Expand at product level to find a list of all forecasts built from the previous workflow. From the list of available forecasts, select one by one to view the forecasts. Note that a few actual data points will precede the forecasts in the graph as reference on the recent trends. If required, select by product level to load all forecasts under that. The table below the graph provides the values for better reference. The View and What If workflow allows users to do more with the forecasts with the options available on the top right. You can always select a few, or all, and exported the forecast results as an Excel report by giving it a preferred name. You can also explore how the forecasts can be aggregated to various levels. If applicable, the individual values can be summed up to the top. Select items from the list, and they will be included to the current aggregation. You can sum forecasts to their respective product level with just one click. If the data uploaded contains the relevant fields, you can also sum the forecast results to predefined levels in the product management hierarchy, like from store level to distributor level. Users may carry out such aggregation as applicable and download reports on the go. The next amazing thing you can do in View workflow is generating what-if scenarios. Click on What If button to select from the individual or aggregated forecasts listed there. At any given time, you can only select one to proceed. The significant predictors in that particular forecast will be listed in the panel. To create a scenario, set a behavior from the options for any predictor or multiple predictors. Go with manual inputs when you need to define the values. Click Update to generate the scenario forecast. Once it is generated, you can compare the scenario against the baseline forecast. You can also check how the predictors were valued for each scenario by clicking on the down arrow on the scenario tiles. And you may deselect and select scenarios from the graphical view for better view and comparison as needed. You can generate many more scenarios the same way to compare together. If the scenario is what you need to persist in the system, you can make it the baseline by clicking on the Action button on the tile. The change will be applied across the platform and will not be reversible. Now the baseline is updated. Once all the work is done, you can export the results as an Excel report. All the forecasts, aggregations and updated baselines can be saved within the workflow for your reference at any given time. Go to Saved Forecasts to view your saved work anytime from the viewing workflow. Download the Excel report, or delete when necessary. These saved forecasts will be used to proceed with the other modules in FORECAST². You can switch back to other workflows to continue working. And when the day's work is done, make sure you log out, ensuring the safety of company's information.